Like I said before, I'm done with the 2-minute intros where I tells you shit that you already knows. The series is on the go and we're on episode 2. That's all the info you needs. So without the bullshit, let's get into the first story. I'm sorry, but if you still thinks that sexual education is a touchy subject by this fucking day and age, you're off your head. Like I mentioned in the last episode, we had boys in the class looking up sonic porn in the classroom by grade 3, so by the time we did sex ed in grade 4 or 5, we were ready to shoot the shit. Was my grade of angels about to learn about safe sex and birth control and STIs? Not a chance in hell. We were gonna break this poor teacher's sanity by asking her fucked up question after fucked up question. Like it was a regular day and all, and the sex ed teacher or whoever looked happy at first. But the second we all opened up our filthy gobs, it all started to go downhill. I don't even remember all the questions we asked, but I remembers a few, and I'll list them off. First up, we asked the teacher what the giant purple dildo bat from St. Row 3 was for, and how we could use it on each other. Then we asked her what the women on Church Street were doing at 3 AM with our cousins, which Mrs. actually answered by telling us all about prostitution. So I guess there's one thing. And lastly, we asked her what happens when you jisses in your sleep and wakes up the next morning with stains on your drawers. At that point the class was out of fucking control, and the teacher stepped in and cancelled the whole thing. The sex ed teacher left, and we all got yelled at for a class and a half, I'd say. So in the end, it doesn't matter if you learn sex ed in 1st grade or 10th grade. Some goofballs are always going to be immature about it. And those goofballs were me and me buddies. I think that every youngster should at least give school sports a shot. Doesn't matter if you're good at it or not. It's always good to have some fitness in you. And no matter what your goofball parents are telling you, remember that competition is everything and winning is the only thing. With that stupid statement aside, I used to play basketball back in my junior high days. I wasn't anything special, but I put up decent numbers and got myself a starting spot on the team. So there's that, I suppose. But this is not about me. This is about a fucking lunatic that used to play with us. I'll call him Henry for convenience sake, but honest to God, this buddy was a fucking mental case. He was a 13-year-old, 300-pound kid with a buzz cut and a shitty attitude. And every time we'd have a practice, he'd do something that either pissed off the players or the coaches, or most of the fucking time, both of us. And in his later years, it got so bad that practice would be fucking cancelled halfway through because of the stupid shit that he'd be doing. He's one funny bastard though, and I still loves him, I'll give him that. But on one day in particular, I was ready to knock his fucking teeth out. So we were playing in an invitational tournament, right? And in the semi-finals, we were playing against a team which had a lot of me buddies on it. I never went to their houses or anything, we weren't singing like Kumbaya, but we played on the same club team, so there wasn't any like bad blood. But with Henry, holy fuck, we should have did a toll bridge for a muzzle. I don't know what led up to it, probably nothing, but me buddy on the other team went up for a layup, and Henry comes diving in for the chase down. He could not jump to save his life though, remember he's like 300 pounds. So Henry just falls on his arse while me buddy gets the easy bucket. Might have been an M1, I don't remember. But anyways, our coach calls a timeout, and instead of getting in for the huddle, Henry starts flipping his shit at me buddies on the other team. Calling them like the F word for the homosexual and pricks and all this other stupid shit that I can't really say on YouTube. But the real kicker is after me buddy started shit talking him back, he runs full force towards him and tries to go for a headbutt or something. With all me strength, which wasn't very much at the time, I pulls Henry back and tells him to shut the fuck up and sit down. Me coaches never gave a shit, and even the refs gave me a pass, which was a huge shocker for me considering they were usually all over our team's arse. But it's all good though, the day was saved and Henry was stopped. There's still like 20 stories with him though, so keep an eye out for the next episode. I already made a whole video about why field parties are shit, but to sum it up again for you, I hates how my clothes are always rotten by the end of the night, I hates the smell, I hates the shit music, I hates the people, and all these factors ran to go with this story now. So me and a few of me buddies show up to this field, and right from the start it was retarded. It might have been it was half my fault, but me brand new $50 DC shoes were raped after going through like 5 bags to get to the main spot. So I wasn't in the best of moods. But when we gets there, a random buddy I met probably like once or twice before comes up and asked me for $5, saying it was for the expenses of setting up 2 tents and a speaker for the rest of the year. I was a sweetheart and I was not sober, so I gave buddy $15. Great decision on those. For the next 2 hours, fuck all really happened. I don't know what was on the go at buddy's playlist though, but he only had like 10 or 15 songs. And out of those, I'd say Pursuit of Happiness got played like 20 times by the end of the night. Decent song, yes, but not when it's in my ear for half the fucking night. Thankfully, something cool finally happened when the cops showed up. And by cops, I mean one overweight fella with donut crumbs still on his lip. I'm not sure why, but the whole crowd starts flipping their shit at this one random cop. And after yelling a bunch of shit at Buddy, the guy running the party turns on Fuck the Police by NWA and we all goes nuts singing it, including me. Yes, I was being a retard, but not as bad as some of the other goofballs here. A few boys started calling the Buddy a racist and tries to bring all this fucking Black Lives Matter shit into it, which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me and it was pretty fucking stupid. First of all, the cop buddy was only telling you to leave since it was more than likely private property and it was 3 in the morning, so the feds were likely getting noise complaints out the ass. Secondly, the cop was cool as shit to all of us, honestly, didn't matter the colour, so calling the cop a racist for breaking up a party of mostly white kids didn't even make fucking sense. Just people trying to start shit over nothing. But to end off, the people singing Fuck the Police not 5 minutes earlier were packing their bags and walking home after a balding overweight cop without a gun told them to. So I suppose the fuzz got the dub at the end of the day. But anyways, that's gonna do it for today's episode. So if you like this video, let me know, leave a comment, like, subscribe, plenty more of them are on the way, so don't even worry about it. This has been Leaf Carlo, and I'll see you on the right side of the rack. Have a good one.